Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm in a very weird position. I'm currently stood on the sofa because I'm just about to do a book unhaul and sort out my bookshelves because it's way overdue, and I am getting in the mindset this year to get rid of things that mean no purpose to me anymore. And obviously I'm doing my bookshelf and I wanted to do it today because Joey's at the vet's being castrated today, and I hate leaving my cats with the vets, even though I know they're in good hands and it's a procedure that's done every day, but I just need to occupy your mind because anxiety kicked in at 6 this morning. So I was like, what better way to do my bookshelf? So the plan is I have all my classics are upstairs, which I need to sort out. And I want to bring those down and take my thriller and Stephen King books upstairs because I have less of those. And my classics, I'm going to try and read one a month, and if I love it, I'll keep it. If I hate it or a bit, nah, don't care for it, obviously I'll unhaul it. So yeah. So on this shelf here is my current thriller, horror and Stephen King. Over here is my historical fiction, which will stay there, and I'll put my classics here. On my top shelf I have my fantasy, so my Terry Pratchett's, Game of Thrones, my witchy books, and my books that I've had for many years, which I love and reread all the time, such as Adrian Mole, Street Cat Named Bob. So yeah. So that's my plan today, is to move that around, and obviously my bookshelves get to be a dumping ground for children's badges and pens and things. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, that didn't take very long. I don't know why I think these things are into. I'm going to pull some books out and put them on my table because I don't know whether I'm going to like them, and I haven't read them yet, so I need to read them to find out whether they're going to be unhauled or kept. So the first one, actually, The White Cat by Holly Black, did like it, but I don't think I'll finish the series. But yeah, Vicious by V. Schwab. Never read it. I bought it 5 years ago while we were in lockdown because I was reading A Darker Shade of Magic and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I'm going to read it and let's see what happens. So I'm probably going to do my TBR for the next while. Illuminaries, fantasy. I need to read it. And it all just fell off the table. I want to reread The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, so I will leave those. Pine is another one that can go. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Very spooky, but I know I'm never going to reread it again. Obviously that end I know is like stuff I like. Now, you are balancing on some books which I need to put up here, so Discovery of Witches is going up with my witchy books. So that's obviously one I do want to read. I meant to read it in, but it didn't happen. But it will happen. Because this year I said I wasn't going to buy any more books until I've caught up. The Toy Makers, see, I am going to read that, but I feel like it's a Christmassy book, so I don't want to read it until November, December, so obviously I am going to keep that until then. Historical fiction, that is a mystery, so I'm going to put that with my thrillers upstairs. And I won this one, so I'm going to keep it. I have read it, but I won it and I want to keep it. So yeah, I'm going to take those upstairs and then we're going to start on. Why do these things take like a lot of thinking? I'm just checking my historical fiction actually. See, Mythos, I really did enjoy that, but I don't think I'll ever reread it, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'm doing well, I'm quite proud of myself. Now I can probably put Four Winds into the pile. Okay. I do need to come back down with a duster. He's living with animals. Everything gets dusty. Right, so we're going to head upstairs and go through my classics. Hi, so I've moved upstairs and I think I've already made a bigger mess moving stuff than anticipated. But there are a couple of books that I have read up here that I am getting rid of. I did like them, but I'm probably not going to carry on with the series. So I'm going. Dune, I enjoyed it. I'm not going to carry on with the series. Breaking Time, I enjoyed it, but I'm not going to. Hidden Pictures, really liked, but I am going to get rid of. I'm going to take this one to work because I think they might like that. All the Light We Cannot See, I did start it last year. I will read this one because it's historical fiction. The House We Grew Up In, oh my goodness, even the dust up here, by Lisa Joy. I haven't read yet and I do want to. The Nature of Witches, which needs to go downstairs, and Terry Pratchett's The Shepherd's Crown. I'm keeping, they need to go. So let's have a look. I'm going to pull out the ones first I definitely am keeping because I read them and I love them and I will keep them. So I don't think there's anywhere I can put you at the moment. There we go, a bit more stable. Sorry if you can hear children in the next room and washing machines on spin going crazy. So let's see. Ones I definitely am keeping are Little Women, because I really love that and I actually want to reread that. Alice in Wonderland and my material bound. Of Mice and Men, read it in college, I loved it. Call of the Wild, loved it. Great Expectations, loved it. Jane Eyre, loved it. Didn't read. I read it 13 years ago. I remember reading it when I was pregnant with Zach and after he was born, so it took me a little longer to finish, but I loved it. Silas Marner, loved it. Lady Chatterley's Lover, loved it. It was very naughty but funny. Christmas Carol, loved it. Staying. Secret Garden, loved it. Keeping. Catcher in the Rye, I've loved it since school, so that's staying. Let's have a look. David Copperfield, yeah. Maybe one day I will reread these because it's been a very long time since I have. But they're all good classics to keep for children. So I'm just going to pop these on the bed. Now, Anna Green Gables. Read that and loved it. Railway Children, loved it and loved the film as well actually. Emily Dickinson's poems, I do love those. Phantom of the Opera, I've read that, and that is one of the difficult ones. It's like, don't know. I think I will keep it for a little bit. Right, now on to the books that I haven't read yet, but would like to. Oh, I have read this one as well, Edgar Allan Poe, because I do love the poem The Raven in it, so yeah, that's a keeper as well. Right, so books. Oh, I've read Middlemarch as well, and I did enjoy that, so yeah, that stays. Didn't see that there. Right, on to the ones that I haven't read yet, and I need to. So, first one is a chewed version of Gravity's Rainbow. Somebody did that as a puppy a couple of years ago. Yeah, so I will still read it because obviously, you know, it's all intact. It was just the cover that's shit. But yeah, this is one that it is quite heavy. It's 800 and over, nearly 900 pages. But I am determined to read it. The next one is The Ivy Tree. It's a classic historical fiction, I think. I brought this on holiday 2 years ago and haven't read it, but it sounds really summery and nice, so I think I'm going to keep that one. Little Prince. Cody looks, because that's his little nickname for me, from me, Little Prince. We need to read this together, Code. Willow's having a whale of a time with paper down here because her brother's at the vet's and I think she's a little bored and missing her brother. She's probably looking going, ooh, paper. Yeah, I don't think so. And you get no more paper chewing. Next one is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. A lot of people love this and I've never read it yet, and I do like the cover because I love this Penguin edition cover. It's going to go in my to be read pile. Beowulf, a verse translation. Anglo-Saxons. Now I do want to read this because I'm really, really curious, and I bought it 2 years ago. So I'm very curious. I'm going to get a very big TBR. Next one, Crime and Punishment. I have to read the blurb. I don't know whether I actually will ever read this. I don't know. Read it? Can you let me know in the comments before I unhaul it? Because this is going to be one like, do I or don't I? Where's the next one? The Black Cat by Edgar Allan Poe. I'm keeping that one because I have read that one and I quite liked it. I didn't see it there because it's so small. The Mill on the Floss by George Eliot. I think I will read this out of curiosity. Again, if I start reading them and I get 50 to 100 pages in and I don't like it, or I can't get on with it, it will be a DNF. But with George Eliot, I have read Middlemarch and Silas Marner and really love those, so you never know. Also, I live in the town where she was born. So, Thomas Hardy, the Mayor of Casterbridge. Again, this was recommended to me and it does go in the stay pile, but I need to read all and haul. Tin Drum, I've had this years. I started reading it and then didn't because work back then became hectic working in retail and things happened, so I'm going to keep that to read. Mrs. Dalloway is another book, short. Yeah, all these I'm not curious. Frankenstein definitely because I read that in school. what else have we got? The colour purple. Now, started this when we lived in Leamington, but because it was a library book and we moved into my town that I live in now, I took it back to the library because I didn't know if I would be able to get it back. So I did start this, so I will. And then I've got my Bible, The Woman Behind the Waterfall. So yeah. Oh, it's about someone in Ukraine. I'm going to give that, willing to give that a go as well. And then obviously my Bible stays up here. And then I've got Poems to Learn, Blue Horses and the Nutcracker, which I've read them all. So I started to get into poetry in lockdown. Try something new. We all did, didn't we? So yeah, that's my TBR. I'm going to pick out of this ones that are going on the shelf to stay and ones that can go in my TBR pile. Then I'm going to get the duster and give it a bit of a good dust, and then I'm going to put my thriller and horrors and mysteries up here because there's not that many of them. But I do need to give it a tidy. It's just like very overwhelming now, and it's long overdue. So yeah, I'll catch you in a little bit when I put them all back. Why do I start these things when I get bored halfway and I don't want to finish it? But I know it'd be worth it in the end. Yeah, so I'll catch you in a bit. So we are done with this little bit. So obviously I've got my Bible still, which I've had since I was 14, 15. So that's just sentimental value. But I still dip into it. So I've got my Joanna Canning books, which these are the ones I was going to keep. A Tidy Ending and The Trouble with Goats and Sheep. Neil Gaiman's Coraline, Ocean at the End of the Lane and Graveyard Book. A book that I was sent free from Joff Books to read and review. Absolutely loved it. I'm Watching You. Karen Slaughter Pretty Girls. In The Winter Mystery, which I won in the Christmas competition. The Troop by Nick Cutter. Graham Masterson, The Children God Forgot, and Chris Carter's The Caller, The Night Stalker and The Crucifix Killer. I've only read The Crucifix Killer and absolutely loved it. These two I need to definitely read. The Winter People, they're my Stephen Kings. As you saw, I got rid of some that I didn't enjoy and I didn't like, and I kept all the ones that I did like or haven't read yet. So Institute, This Is Story, haven't read that yet. 1922, Misery, Carrie, Pet Sematary, The Shining, Cujo, Christine, It, Sleeping Beauties, which I haven't read yet, Firestarter, Bag of Bones, which I haven't read yet, Holly and Fairy Tale. So there, the books that are staying up here with obviously a picture of McCarty. I'll put some more pictures up there and move my pictures of my boys back as well. They just sit in front of it. So yeah, that's the upstairs part done, and I'll meet you back downstairs in a little bit with my classics. Historical fiction and a few knicky-knacks. I've finally put away like books I've just finished recently in the right places now. So we've got Dracula, Catcher in the Rye, David Copperfield, The Middle of the Floss, Middlemarch, Silas Marner, Christmas Carol, Jane Eyre, Lady Chatterley's Lover, Great Expectations, Little Women, Frankenstein, Secret Garden, Phantom the Opera. Decided that could kind of stay because I kind of liked it. Emily Dickinson's poems, Railway Children, The Mayor of Canterbridge, The Tin Drum, The Ivy Tree, Gravity's Rainbow, Anna Green Gables, Call of the Wild, Mice and Men, The Black Cat, Alice in Wonderland, Sherlock Holmes, Colour Purple, The Diary of a Nobody, The Woman Behind the Waterfall. We've got History of Wolves and The Shadow Key, which are ones that I need to read, so I've just randomly put them there for now. And then I've got a non-fiction, Fears and Worries. Helping your child with fears and worries. A self-guide for parents. That is the only non-fiction book I own. So yeah, it looks a lot better. Definitely a lot cleaner. I've added back up there a couple of books that were upstairs. But yeah, this is a space which is occupied by a charger at the moment. And a couple of knickknacks. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my crazy, hectic reorganisation and unhaul. It doesn't feel like I've unhauled a lot of books, but I have a bag full down there. I've also got a bag full that's on the stairs, that's been sat on the stairs for probably about a year now, which I need to do something with. So yeah, I will have a look into those, take some to work, take some to charity shops, or sell them, put them on World of Books, but we will see. So I hope you enjoyed that. Very chaotic, and it sort of gave you a bit of a bookshelf tour of what books I have got and what, you know, how I set them out. So obviously it's fantasy, witchy books, loved books, historical fiction and classics. So yes, I'm going to sit down now with a very well earned drink, and I will see you next time for another video, which I'm actually going to make another one because I'm on a roll today. So this is my second video I filmed today, and I'm about to film one of the books I need to read or unhaul. So I'll catch you in a little while. Bye.